Goddamn. So we are gonna talk about Ragnaraikas. So the deck is kinda good, I would say. It's alright, but it's alright. It's good for Rikas, but for Ogdodike, I'm not sure though. It's kinda weird for if you're playing it with Ogdodike, but this is really insane if you're gonna play it with Rikas. Hold on. Interesting. So first of all, I want to try Ragnarika as Ogdodike, with Ogdodike, I mean. Let's see. So I want to read the effects once more. Honestly, they're pretty good if you're gonna understand the effects though, but I want to be more like knowledgeable with the deck. So let's see, this one grants you another Ragnarika from your deck. Every reptile or reptiles and plants gains 300, the other types will lose 300. So summon a Ragnarika monster from your hand, graveyard, or banishment. That's a pretty good effect. That's a strong effect. So, if ever this is your starter, this can be spell summon, so you'll have your normal summon as well. I'm not sure running 3 copies of Lone Fire would be somewhat better, because you're just basically gonna get this though. So, ban monster, spell summon ban monster from your deck. Summon this. But I do think adding 1 Ragnarok card will still do the thing. So I'm not sure about Lone Fire Blossom if we'll add 3 copies of this. So this one is your best starter so far. You can spell summon this card from your hand by sending 1 insect, plant, or reptile monster from your hand or to the graveyard. You can spell summon. Ragnarok will sequence per turn. So if this card is normal spell summon, you can add it to your hand 2 different Ragnarok cards, and you can bet cards of yours that are banished and are in your deck. Wow, that's a really good effect. Except Ragnarok, you then banish 1 card from your hand. Also, you can spell summon for the rest of the lower body. Right, so almost they have the similar effect. Oh, sorry, Ragnarok. Okay. So this is the new card from the Infinite Forbidden, which try to read this one out. Hold on. You can discard this card, spell summon 1 insect plant from your hand. Okay. If this card is banished, I think 1 copy is enough. But gaining an additional copy is okay, I guess. If this card is banished from hand or graveyard, you can draw cards during the end phase of this turn equal to the number of different monster types among the monster of your control. Yada yada yada. Okay. So I have a feeling that maybe we should run 3 copies of Remnant though, and then just run 2 copies of Lone Fire, because you have already good starters at this point. You don't have the thing about Ragnaraikas. If you're pairing it with Ogdodike, you don't have like a good board. It's just basically for show that you will summon a copy of. I think this would be pretty good if you're going second, I would say, because this pops cards. Yeah, this pops cards. The other ones use their effects to, I think, bounce back cards, I guess. Still pretty good though. We're leaning towards If we're running with more than Ogdadike cards, I think we're gonna run a copy of Snake Rain. But Snake Rain is pretty much expensive for Master Duel because this is UR, this is UR. Let's see. This one can be spell summoned, I know that. This one here. Yes, spell summon this card from your hand, replacing one of your banished insect from the bottom of your main deck. Okay. One of your banished insect. You can spell summon Ragnarok Samurai Beetle once per turn. If this card is sent to the graveyard as a material for a Ragnarok Link monster, you can target one level 4 or lower insect, plant, or reptile monster in your graveyard. Okay. Spell summon it defense. Another good extender for your links. So this is an extender. This is your starter. This searches out a copy of your Evil Seed or possibly another Ragnarok card. This is an additional body. You can spell summon one Ragnarok Lizard once per turn this way. You can discard one insect plant target one piece of monster upon controls. You turn it into the hand. So bounce back one card. So this bounces. They all have the archetype effects that banishing one reptile monster for the spell summon. And that's pretty cool. So you don't typically need your normal summon for this. So I think running this with Rikas is a far better choice. But it would be kinda using more of your brain power than usual, so that is kinda scary. Now for the Link monsters. I think Link monsters are way off than the main deck monsters. So 2 or more, blah blah blah. You can target one Ragnarok monster, 2 or more monsters including. So it's not really like typically Ragnarok cards, but just basically plant, reptile, or insect supports. You can target one Ragnarok monster in your graveyard, spell summon it in defense position, so really good extender as well. So possibly 2 copies or 3. If this card in your graveyard, you can target one insect, plant, or reptile monster you control, place it on the bottom of the deck. And if you do, spell summon this card. Wow, that's pretty good. Okay, so if you want to spin back one card that is negated, you can just summon it once more if you have, or if it is a Link monster, so it's easy enough. If you do spell summon this card, once per turn, you can spell summon. That is a pretty good effect though. Spell summon one, then revive this, cover. That's still pretty insane for an effect. So I know this card, kind of like the sun seed, and then it has skulls on it. Spell summon this card, blah blah blah. Then if you do control Ragnarok Link monster, you can banish up to 2 cards from your opponent's graveyard. Okay. Oh yeah, I forgot about this. So this is the one that banishes cards. Okay, maybe after a while we can just move on with another. We can go back to Master Duel if ever we'll finish this early. So far, I need to tackle also. We haven't like talked about the ban list and tier list for the month also. So maybe hopefully I think tomorrow we'll have the prediction or the ban list for September. So I'm more intrigued. You can do the prediction maybe later. And also the tier list. The tier list is much more better, or far better. So, first of all, I think that's okay though. Ragnarok Mantis. So this one banishes, this one searches out. I mean, this one spell summons, and then it can be special summoned from the graveyard. Okay. You can banish up to 6 mana from the graveyard, add 1 link. Wow, that's still pretty good. Add 1 Ragnarok trap card from your deck to your hand. You can discard it in your graveyard. You can target 1 insect, place it at the bottom of the deck, and if you do spell summon this card. Oh, they have Link monsters have these effects, huh? If you do spell summon this card, also you can blah blah blah. Okay, you can spell summon for this turn. Now for the Link 3. So here we are. You can banish up to the target of many spell trap or controls. Wow, that is spell trap or distraction. So possibly 1 copy of this. If this card is in your graveyard, you target one blah blah, place it at the bottom of the deck, and you spell summon this card. So same effects as the other Link monsters. How about chain coils? Very straightforward, I would say, for the Link monsters. Main deck monsters are kind of okay, I guess. If your opponent activates a monster effect, you can activate this effect. The other player can activate the effects of monsters in your hand this turn. That's pretty good though. But it needs to have the requirement of your opponent activating an effect for a monster. Let's see. Hold on, let me test out. For a monster. Okay, that's pretty good. Okay. So I was checking the stream. Target one planet or a monster you control, place it at the bottom of the deck. And if you do, spell summon this card. Also, you can spell summon for the rest of the turn, except move up. Yeah, they have a similar effects though. But that's pretty cool. Hold on, guys, hold on. This is important. This is really important. Okay. Sorry. Here we go. This is really important. I'm pretty sure this is important. There we go. Change the background. I mean, putting up the leaks as leaks is weird. Sorry. Sorry, okay. Okay, let's see here. There we go. So understandably, they're pretty good. They're pretty good for a deck. Okay, so now that's over. Now let's talk about Ogdodike. So Ogdodike's the most important ones that we've got so far. Is this the three of Nuya, and then a copy of Nunu. You can set this card from the higher hand of the graveyard. Set this card from your hand of the graveyard. Set one like reptile monster from your deck to the graveyard. This is a light. Send this card to the graveyard. This one is a light monster as well, but I think linked monsters is more important. So let me refresh my mind here. Alright, so this one searches out the trap card. This one is basically a monster reborn and can be monster reborn. This is a spell and trap card pop. This one avoids hand traps, but it needs to have a requirement of activating monster effects from your opponent. So kind of good though, but I just don't think this would be like so much impactful. But this is still pretty good for link climbing, I would say. So this one here pops 2 cards, destroy 2 cards. It needs to be 2 cards, not up to 2 cards. Okay, that is weird. When this card is one monster, place a counter equal to its original level on face-up monster on the field. This distributed as you wish. Okay, this card is destroyed by battle or card sent to the graveyard. You can't spell summon non-link more. I don't see any like good end boards at this point for Ragnaraikas. I don't really see any good end boards here so far. Even with the effects of the other supports for alien and reptiles, this built up in the one running monster the returning from the graveyard up to the number of monsters the opponent controls with a count. Yeah, I think the effect for spell summoning non-link reptile monsters different names from your graveyard is okay. But do we have this one is a reptile, this one is an insect. I think the only best choice here is a copy of this, the Ogrodikes. Yeah, I think the Ogrodikes is a way better choice. But I think this would be quite expensive though. Now, Rikas on the other hand are kind of different. Okay. A monster sent to the hand or deck to the graveyard will discard in your graveyard. You can spell some discard. Also, you can spell some monsters until the next turn except reptile monsters. Okay. Except reptiles. So this locks you into reptiles. I don't really want that though. So Ogrodike. Does this have a good effect though? Sub reptiles. If you control this card, you control summon from the graveyard return. Don't see it. I don't see this a pretty good card effect though. This one doesn't locks you until it's to another monster type, so I think that's still good. You can spell summon this card from your graveyard. This one locks you into, okay. Are these cards reptiles? So they are insects and plants. So you need to be... So this doesn't matter. This effect doesn't matter. But maybe we can run a second copy of this. For every 2 levels, you can spell summon 1 token. Level 2. Okay, so if you tribute to level 8. Where's that level 8 that I have earlier though? Ah, this one there. Okay. So if you tribute this, you have basically 6 or 4 materials on the board that you can link off into another monster. Okay. I think understandably this is what the deck is good for. Let's see here. So this one, discard spells on one insect monster, discard. No, special summon that to the field. We get a copy. We'll get a copy of this and a copy of this. As your extender, we banish 1 card. We banish this. I think this help if this guy is contribute on the spell this from your opponent's blah blah. Beautiful. Control monster. So summon this card, and your opponent can spell summon 1 monster from their graveyard, but negate these effects. This guy's special summon, you can target 1 level 4 lower the deck of your graveyard, but banish it when it leaves the field. Oh, God. Now hold on for a wee bit. I think this is pretty good there. We use this, gain access to this. I should have gone with a copy of. I think that's still okay, I guess, yeah. If ever I can do this, doesn't really like just one plant monster, okay? this is your normal summon. Gain access to maybe that. Oh, you're still gonna be accessing that as well. Okay. So understandably, this doesn't really matter. It's just an additional fodder for the field. Okay. Then we'll try to link off. So we go for this, this, and this. Now this card is that. I will bring this back. I think we'll bring this back. There we go. So this has I can draw cards at the end of the turn. Okay, so this is just basically for draw power, but also spell summon. I think the best part about this is special summoning another monster to the field, but this card spell summons as well, so we can spell summon this to the field. Is this a once per turn? No, yes, it's a once per turn. That'd be crazy if it's not a once per turn. This gains your trap card. There we go. Link 3, gain access to the trap card. I would banish this and this, or we can just banish this, I guess. Yeah, we can just bring that back with a copy of Bloom. I think we need 3 copies of Bloom. Then gaining access to the trap card. I do think that this is way better if you're gonna use this as another variant, not just for Ogre Deck. I don't see any good outputs here for Ogre Deck. You can banish one monster from your face up field or graveyard with 2000 or less attack and target one face up monster on the field. Okay. If you banish a monster that was original reptile, draw 1 card. Okay, that's a pretty good draw card. So this is pretty good if you're adding the Ogre Dykes. So we'll link climb again into the spell and trap card negation, or even hand trap negates. And then we link climb this. Is this basically once per turn? I don't see the once per turn here. Hold on. Let's check it on Ragnarok Master in Graveyard. Spell summon as well. Is it a once per turn? Oh, there we go. Okay, you can only use the effect of this once per turn. Yo, what up? New deck? Yes, I am testing out Ragnarok and Ogre Dykes. I want to try Rikas maybe in the near future, but as of now, I don't want to use up most of my brain cells, so we're just gonna test out first Ogre Dykes. So for overall, I do think that you don't have a really good end board if you're gonna play this with Ogre Dyke. I think going second would be pretty nice because this has pretty good effects on going second. You pop spell cards, you negate hand traps, you monster reborn, and then you pop 2 cards on the field. That's basically it. And with the help of Ogre Dykes, you can also go into your Exe plays or more link monsters, which is still pretty good. I think it's way better if you're gonna play this with Rikas. I mean, the extenders and the place for your links is much more easier now than way before. I think the Rikas are gonna have a great time with this. During the main phase, you can target one effect monster, opponent controls, take damage equal to the turn. If this is in your graveyard, you can banish 2 link monsters from your graveyard to combine link. You'll summon this card, but banish it to the field. Okay, I don't see any good end boards for this for Ogre Dykes. Maybe just to showcase this deck out, it can be pretty good. But going first, don't see proper end board for this. What other plant decks that you can actually play with this with? Dude, you need to bring this. You need to bring back your Rika deck. This with Rikas is pretty good. I think I have a list here from Sunvine Jess or Sunseed Jess. Was it Sunseed Jess? But yeah, the pro player that uses Rikas. So this is what I got from her. So this is a pretty good variant, by the way. And this is a 60 card deck. More rooms for hand traps, I would say. I do think that this is somewhat this is a pretty well-rounded deck. You always have a card on hand that brings you out more cards. And with the help of the Ragnaraikas, you can bring back one card and then move into another Link monster, which is pretty nice, I can say. But yeah, let's try first understanding the deck for Ogdodike. Send this card from hand to the graveyard. Send one dark reptile monster from the deck to the graveyard. If you control no monsters, you can control an Ogdodike monster. You can spell summon this card from your hand, but banish it to the field. Also, you cannot spell summon. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, you cannot spell summon for the rest of the turn except reptile monsters, which you are going to be locked in. I don't want that. This one is let's see. Punishing one insect or blah blah. Do you have your normal summon? You have your spell summon. I can do this, I guess. Go for that. Shade of that. And then name X to that. Go to that. And we can get a copy of Bloom. And a copy of this. Yeah, I think we can get a copy of that. Okay, so it's very straightforward. This deck is very straightforward. Let's see here. Discarding a graveyard to chip a monster on the field. This needs to be one card needs to be banished though. This only allows you to bounce back one card. I think this bounce back one card. Trigger to face a monster on the field, return to the hand. So this bounce back one card. This is an additional spell summon. We don't have the spell card for the Ogdodikes, by the way, so I think this is we banish one card. Yeah, I'm gonna banish this. Doesn't really matter, it's just basically this, add this. I think I want to add a card. What card? There's no other good cards that you can add for Ragnaraikas, other than the Link monsters are pretty good. I think spell summoning a monster from Banish Spell is pretty nice. Special summon. The best part, this is a really strong card. I mean, it spell summons a monster from your graveyard, banish, and from the hand, which is a pretty strong effect. Discard, spell summon this. We have instantly a level 8 body on the field. Wow, alright. We'll go for this, I guess. And this. Use this. Monster reborn a monster. Yeah, and then we can. Send this. Send it there and send this. I think this floats. Give it to much more with these effects. This guy should be summoned. You can target them. Okay, so this is doesn't lock you into any monster. I think this is the only monster that locks you. No, this is the one, I guess. Locks you into reptiles. Okay, so you need to be more careful with this. Hand to the graveyard, then send one light reptile monster from your deck to the graveyard. If this card is normal or spell summon, you can add an Ogdodike spell and trap card. Okay, so this one searches out the spell card for the Ogdodikes. Ogdoadic. What did you say? Ogdodike. Ogdoadic, sorry. Ogdodike. Either Ogdoadic. Let's see. So, return the tribute monster. I want to. Doesn't really matter. This card spell something you can target on a summon it. Okay, so I think this would be a good choice. I would put this in the graveyard. And I'll summon this. Use the effect. I would spell summon this to the field. gain access to this one here. Oh, okay. Okay, I kind of understand now. And now we can link climb into this. This. You want to have... I think, yes, I can do this. Sacrifice this. Put that in the field. We link 3. This one searches out the trap card. Yes, that's pretty good. Use that. Search or banish first. I would banish this, I guess. Yeah. Oh, at least 2. Okay, never mind. Never mind. Okay, still pretty good. Get the trap card. Okay, and then we link 3. This one is a spell trap card negate or pop, I mean. This one is what? Link 3. Link 4. Okay. I would sacrifice 1 reptile, draw 1 card. This one here is monster your opponent controls with 8 counters and defense neither. Also this is link climbing into this card right here. Okay, so this one first, and then go for this. It's pretty good. This to here, I think that would be okay. Wait, this is this is stupid. 3 2 plus. Okay, so you need 2 materials first. It doesn't really matter. I can just sacrifice this. Summon tokens. Yes. Yes. Summon tokens. Okay, that's pretty good. I think this would be way better if another variant, not just Ogdoadic. Okay. This is a really good deck. If you're gonna pair it with another deck, not just this. Is this a quick quick effect? No, it's not. Okay, if a monster spell summon from your opponent's deck and main deck or extra deck, and destroy target cards on the field, and discarding your graveyard can target 1 insect, plant, or reptile monsters you control. Oh. Same effect, just popping the cards. Wow, alright. I do think that's kinda okay, I guess. Now where's that one? Where's the other one? There we go. 3 plus. It's 2 plus. Why it's always 2 plus? I would go for this, I guess. There we go. From the field, I would. This is target. Target one of your banished reptile monster, shuffle it in the deck, then you can send 1 reptile monster from your deck to the graveyard. Okay, so this has a floating effect as well. That's a pretty nice effect. Can I sacrifice a token here? Let's see. I can. Oh, this is pretty good. And if you do, oh, so and if you do statement is annoying. Okay, that's stupid. Okay. Yes, I would send to the graveyard this one here, then extend. Okay, I don't want to be locked into something else first. Is this a reptile? Reptile, yeah. I guess this and this. That's there. Is it banished, right? Oh yeah, banished. Okay. I guess this one would be okay. Draw 1 card. There we go. Okay. So that extends there. So this one puts into counters. You can discard 1 monster based on air counter to relative all on face of monsters on the field. The wish if this card is destroyed battle card effect, you can spell summon. Okay, that's a nice effect to go into a copy of this one here, Cosmic Slicer. Draw. Monster opponent controls with A counters. Can change the defense but also later play can activate their effects. Alright, so I think Ogdoadic is pretty good going second. I think going second is the best play for this deck. This card is Link Summon. You can add one card from your deck to your hand. That has an effect that places you can remove 2 way counters from anywhere in the field and use that 0 souls and summon one reptile monster. Alright. Although it's not a quick play effect or quick effect monster, but it's still pretty good though. I mean, reptiles are still going strong with this. Level 4 is kind of good. I think this is for better if you summon this to the field, but you need 2 level 9s. This one searches out a reptile monster, so that's pretty good. I don't see okay, what end board should we make here? I think this would be a right choice. To the field, and I would place A counters, possibly, yeah. Discard 1 monster. Counters. Sure. Equal to its original level. Oh, alright. That's stupid. Okay. Alright, so we have that and that. Oh, not really that impactful for a board. I don't see the impact for this deck going first. Going second it's understandable. It's pretty nice. Yeah, we need to like change this. So there we go. At least we understand the deck. We understood the deck, I mean. So what can make this deck work so well is, I think running 1 copy of this is enough. Should we run this though? Once I send from hand or deck to the graveyard, we'll discard in graveyard. Don't really like that. Okay, at least this is more like subtle. Gaining 3rd copy of Bloom is enough. Trap card is alright, I guess. Target opponent control to the number of monster types among Link monsters control. Destroy them, so pops cards on the field. Running Maxi Veilers is understandable. Maybe I'll remove the Lone Fire here because it just spell summons 1 plant monster from your deck. So it just special summons this to the field. I would. So going second, I would think that this would be better if we. Does this add, right? No, let's remove some other UR cards if ever. If we're running Ogdoadic here, we need to remove some cards. Basically, this is a brick. Let's roll summon this. If this will summon, let's roll summon 1 0. Shuffled from the field their deck. So the purpose for Serpentine is the effects of the Link monsters spinning back cards. Okay. It's quite interesting. So we have 3 slots here. I think running 3rd copy of this isn't that crazy. So you need to go for 2nd cards like Triple Tactics. Triple Tactics. Nib. 3rd copy of Veiler. I think that would be alright, I guess. We have a board breaker. Well, 2 board breakers in fact. And then Veilers. I think that's enough. That's pretty much great. And you can just what are the most important ones for our cards here? Spell card pop, monster pop. There's also pops cards, so I think that's lessens the board a bit. This brings out more A counters depending on what you attributed, which is still pretty nice. I would like this. Yeah, I think that's pretty good though. Look at that, we managed to work this deck out. So there we go. We started off with this. So send one of them to the graveyard, and if you have 5 or more against the graveyard, you can kill someone worth. Okay, so we did this first. Discard 1 card, and then we discard this, this, and this. Yes, sir. And then we wait. This is yeah, sure. Like that. Pretty good. Dump that. Kill summon 1. I would. Kill summon this. Okay, that's a level 4. We can special summon this to the field. Use the effect. Special summon this. Okay, and then use the effect, search out this. Understandable, that's pretty good. And if we get Ash or Imperm, we can just go for triple tactics, draw 2 cards, or take control, or look at your opponent's hand, whatever. Alright, tribute, I will tribute this. Summon some monsters. 4, 6, 8. Alright, so that's over. We'll go for this. Tell some of that. Alright, so far so good. That's pretty nice of an effect. Field also natural summon members to go reptiles. So we'll do that one last because we don't want to be. Is this a reptile though? Insect, the last one. There's no reptile here. This is a reptile. This is a reptile as well. And the link monster is an insect, which is annoying. Okay, even so, I think we can still manage to pop the board. So if our opponent has a spell card, we can summon this and gain access to 1 more card. Pretty nice. Use effect. Search out for banish. This one here. These 2. Banish. Sure. Banish that. Get the trap card. And this one pops trap cards. No, which one the... Oh, right, I forgot. Okay. This one pops trap cards. This one here. Then if your opponent has a ton of monsters on the board, we go special summon this. Or gain 1 access to 1 reptile monster. I think this would be a good choice here. I'm gonna try what good searches we have here. Place the effect. Search out this. Discard, I mean, and then search this one out. Okay, alright. Not pretty much a good choice here. I think this is your best choice if you're trying to search out the card. But there's no other good card here. Don't look at a better card effect. I think why didn't it? Oh, it was on my hand. Yes, I forgot. Right, forgot. It wasn't sent. Is it sent? It's sent, right? Oh, discard. This is what discarded, not sent. Oh, damn it. Okay, so understandable. That is good. I don't want to be locked in yet. So if our opponent has spell cards, you can go for this. Hold on. Spin back 1 card, blah blah, doesn't really matter. Now we link climb to a copy of possibly this. You can't. Why? This is 2 reptiles. Fudge. This is an insect. Of course it is. I'm gonna summon this to the field. What can we... Touch on the target plant monster or Rika in your graveyard. Add it to your hand. You discard. When the exit material is distributed, you can throw someone on the rank for. Ooh. Flying Family Harp and oh, this is pretty good. I like it. So you got. Oh, so this is the point where you can summon this to the field. Okay, I understand now. Okay. This needs plant monsters, right? Plant monsters, 2+. This is link 4. Yeah, link 4. So far, oh. Your opponent has trap cards, spell cards, which will summon that. Doesn't really do that much wrong. Two plus. Link 4 doesn't do much. That's crazy. Still pretty good though. Tribute on our monsters, fill some of the field, yada yada yada. I'm still inclined for this. Pops cards, gains attack. There's no other way that you can search up a copy of Blossom or Bloom, I would say. Just at this point. Under graveyard, and then you don't want to use that. This needs a tribute. Control an Agdoric monster can special summon this to the field. Alright, so I do understand now that this deck needs a bit more of love. But I think this is far better if you're going to use it with Rikas. Because of the ability to link line, much easier. And you'll have room for other cards. So that's still perfectly fine. I do see the point. You get a copy of this, dump one insect or plant, usually plant, dump that, get a copy of this, the bloom, and a copy of beetle, banish the beetle, go for bloom, get a copy of samurai, summon to the field, you have a body, go for a link into a soldier, soldier brings out another copy to the field, and the samurai beetle brings in a copy of evil seed. God damn, this deck is good if you're gonna play it with Rikas. Rika's gonna have a good time with this deck. Does this work as well? Level 4 plan or lower plan master. This works perfectly fine with this. And it's just a link 1. Ah, goddamn. Rikas are gonna have a good time. And you will get a Sunvine card. Get this, Sunvine this. And that's basically full combo into a Rika. Wow. Amazing. You don't even need to have Loci on the field. Right. Now I do understand that this takes a little bit of knowledge for it to work. Now I do understand. Now I do have some little knowledge with this deck, so let's try this one out. Okay. Now that's why I want to see this. I want to see this one here. Yeah. Okay. We got a copy of this already. All right. So this will work. Huh. Can this search out another card though, other than a copy of Samurai? Okay, go for that. Got a copy of Bloom. Let me... Okay, that was stupid. Hold on. Ah, there we go. Perfect. Alrighty. And we can normal summon this. Although that's weird, we can normal summon this, but hey, it's still perfectly fine. We still have unexpected die though. So we get a copy of this, and we banish Samurai Beetle. Alright, we go for Bloom. Bloom, gain access to the banished card, that to the field. We link off into a copy of... We can immediately go into Loci, which is pretty nice, or we go for this first. We'll summon a monster to the field, then we use the effect to Monster Reborn. Link line easily. Fuck, that's really good. Then go for Jasmine, I guess. Jasmine's link to right? Right. Jasmine there. Do I need more copies for Jasmine if ever? So summon a plant monster from your deck in defense position. So perfectly fine then. Fucking hell. Yes sirree, we got pretty good of a starter. And if this gets negated, you can get a copy of one card, go into Lokai, and then use the same combo again. Get Sandvine, whatever. Holy damn, this Rika deck is gonna be crazy. I do have a little bit of knowledge about this deck. Honestly, guys, I'm sorry if I'm not playing this to its full potential, but god damn, this deck is good. So what do we need here? I do think that usually the combo starts off with this. Two here. Is this the correct card that I'm doing? I don't know. Hold on. No. If this card is a link summon, you can choose a number of things. And if you do, you can spell them to excavated plant monsters. Ooh, excavated plant monsters. Then they cannot be used as... Alright, that's stupid, but they cannot be used as link materials. So send the remaining cards from the red, then target plant from the graveyard, blah blah blah. Also, the purpose for this is just for an extension for XZ, I guess. But so far, so good. Deck is pretty great. I think I summoned the wrong monster in the field. Nevertheless, I think it's still perfectly fine. We have a normal summon though. We can gain access to this. Use. Discard one card. Yeah, I think we'll discard this time. Oh, the trap card already is good. I don't remember from deck to hand. But yeah. Is this the card that spell summons? For life points are higher than your opponent? I'm sorry, but no. Good target an normal monster you control, gain life points, blah. If this creates a normal spell summon, you can spell someone. Okay. Alright, so I think understandably this is the best choice. But I need to have a life points. Does this have another effect? Can you gain it? Ooh. You pay life points. That's already 7,000. Holy goddamn. Then this is an effect. Wow, it throws someone 3 up. Okay, that's a stupid place to put this monster there, but yeah, alright. Oh, I see, I see. Okay, I'm being stupid, but nevertheless, we are doing fine with this. Now, understandably, I'm still gonna learn Rikas, but overall, the deck is gonna be crazy once it's gonna be in Master Duel, and the variant for Jess with Rikas is gonna lit up. This is the deck list from Jess, by the way. So as you might see here, we have a ton of good hand traps already. We have the Veilers, Maxi, the Miro. And if ever your opponent activates cards, we already get a copy of Triple Tactics Thrust into a copy of Talents. If you already have Talents, we can go into a copy of Unexpected Die, combo it off, and then your typical Call by the Grave cross out that brings out or stops hand traps in general, which is pretty good. Oh goddamn, this deck is really great. Ooh, goddamn. I just need to do like, okay, I'm happy that I understood this deck now, but Ogdoadic is not really that formidable for me. Maybe going second, this deck would be pretty good. I do think that this going second would be pretty good. I don't see any potential going first for this deck unless you pair it with another good variant. But this going second would be pretty nice. I mean, they don't really have like quick effect unless Konami will make a card that activates quick effects for Ragnarika cards. But so far, it doesn't really work well if they have See, there's no quick effect. It's kind of like the field spell for what you call that? The musical monsters. um, no, not math mech. What am I searching on math mech for? Forgot the name of that other card. Babel. This one here. Orcus. Orcus is the correct name. So these will be quick effects if ever they have Babel in the field. So if ever Konami will make Ragnarok, let's say a field spell, this would be pretty nice. Understandably, you have quick effect, pop spell cards. Quick effect, you have pop 2 cards in the field, and then quick effect, search out a card. I mean, the card is still pretty good, or I think this card also special summons card, doesn't really matter. This one is the card that searches out the yeah, the trap card. Yeah, this one that searches out the trap card. Which one was it that pops the spell cards? This one here. This one also triggers if your opponent is going to use hand traps, so still pretty good. But so overall, I don't think that Ragnarok is going to be good with Ogdoadic, but with Rikas, they are going to be lit. They are going to be crazy. I just need to learn Rikas first and understand the deck. But anyways, that's pretty good. I think we're going to do a showcase later on, since I understand the deck. Hopefully with Rikas also. But let's move on with Master Duel, I guess, since we already tackled this. Or what, we'll do the tier list, I guess. I think tier list is far better. Yeah, I want to do the tier list. Let's see here. Tier list is alright. Let's honestly, guys, I wanted to do a tier list here because I was gonna do it yesterday, but I got sidetracked with some other personal issues, so I'm sorry if ever that would be the case, but here we go. I'm gonna do blue. Yeah, I think that's alright though. The tier 1, tier 2, road, yellow, not one. Okay, I think that's basically it. Very straightforward for the tier list. Let's see here, add some cards. There we go. We can go to serve. And what else did we do? Rika's gonna copy any, okay. That's there. I think it's understandable, yeah. Okay. So let's let's transfer to a browser. I think that's understandable, yeah. I think that's okay. And of course, I want to add chat here. If ever chat wants to talk about the one chat back. Kursu. Ever chat wants to talk about it. Okay, I think that's practically what we're gonna do today. Yeah, I think that's okay. I guess. Right. Right or right. Dudu the Great. Hello, hello. What up, man? So Hyperal, hello. I don't have enough gems for the new pack. I used all the gems in the Raid Raptor pack. Well, how about the gems that you got from the event? I think it gains you around 3,000, right? Did you use up all the gems? I think I used up mine as well. I guess this 2. There we go. So for now, we're gonna do a tier list here. Hold on. Hold on. We shall back. We are back. All right. I think it's much better if I'm gonna talk here. For some reason, my. Dudu the Great. What did you say? When do you think Tenpai is gonna become? Usually, I'm more checking because usually what DK does for leaks is he reveals a minor archetype or a minor support for the selection pack or for some minor decks, I would say. And then usually that type of like if ever how can I explain this? So for example, the first leak that DK announced was more with Aroma Mage, right? So usually I tend to like put two and two together. And I was like, oh, okay. So the next pack is gonna be like um either Ragnar Raikas because they have more plans. So I'm usually checking that one, and I think majority of you also does that. But yeah, for 10 pies, I think we're just gonna wait for another month or so. But I'm pretty sure it's gonna be coming out in the near future. But I could be wrong with my assumptions, by the way. So far, it it's still pretty good though. I haven't like haven't been like wrong with my assumptions, but I'm just keeping it to myself, so it doesn't really count. But anyways, what we're doing today, boys and girls, is the tier list. So we have the new cards supporting goatees, which is pretty good in the event. Ice barriers, the raid raptors, and what else? What else did we get? A minor support for the chimeras, which was the Tau. I do think that was an okay card. But overall, Sharks as well got some good supports overall. So, first of all, we shall talk about Branded Espia. Oh yeah, so first of all, so the tier list. Oh yeah, by the way, I'm gonna post this one in YouTube. So, all right. So, boys and girls, welcome to the tier list. We have here our tier list. We got the new supports from the Wings of the Guardian. So, that's some good goatee supports. Hold on. Sorry. So we have the tier list here. Okay, so I am streaming. We are streaming. Everybody's happy. If ever anybody wants to talk about the tier list, feel free. It's free. Um, Neos, what up? We're doing the tier list here. Um, where's the hero tier? Heroes is here. Tier heroes is basically honestly, guys, heroes are pretty good, but they're still practically rogue. I think heroes takes a little bit more experience than usual. But so far as I've been experiencing heroes, they have a little bit more gas now than usual. So I'm pretty sure they're close to tier 3. But overall, they're still practically rogue. And if you have dealt with heroes, I think you'd understand how or what I mean by they have more gas at the moment. So, tier list, tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, rogue, decks that are playable, and then decks that are not worth playing with the current format. Hello, hello. So first and foremost, we have branded SPS. So branded SPS, I would say they're still practically tier 2 for a deck. Understandably, they lost Gimmick Puppet, which is kind of important for winning most of their games. But overall, we still have Ras Disciple. We still have some other cards that can, or like Jogan as well, that can stop special summons. We have also another card. We have also the DDD monster that stops you or locks you into fiend monsters if ever. But I don't think, or I wouldn't recommend that because we're in a format where Yubel is very powerful. So don't choose that one. But Ras Disciple is a really good choice. And nevertheless, Branded is still a pretty good deck without the gimmick puppet. So I don't really like to put gimmick puppet with Branded that much in my deck. So even so, they're still practically a really good tier 2 deck. Um so Neo says, in my own opinion, it will be Rogue for heroes. Many people they still want to grind up. Honestly, my guy, I've seen some good hero players in rank, and that is based from my own experience from Diamond to Masters. Uh, so far, if you know the deck by far, I tried like for some reason, even though I stopped the Faris, even I stopped the increase, even I stopped some of the significant cards for them, they always have an out and they can always OTK. Especially the annoying bit there is if they have a copy of call that um the fusion card, the hero fusion, destiny fusion, that card right there, and they summon the enforcer to the destroyer phoenix to the field. They'll just basically go for an OTK with just that monster plus another monster that has like 5 or 4,000 attack, which is really stupid. But overall, I'm just ranting here because somewhat it's hard to play up against heroes nowadays, or hard to play up against a good hero player nowadays. So yeah, but for me, it's still practically rogue. I think the deck needs a pretty good pilot to work so far. I heard the forbidden droplet will be limited, and the Appaloosa will be banned this coming next week. Ban list. We'll talk about the ban list after this. By the way, actually, there's quite a lot of things that we need to talk about. So but yeah. So with regards to the ban list, I think there's gonna be a couple of good cards to be hit or possibly to be hit because understandably the meta nowadays for you Bell is kind of stupid. One thing there, I think majority of you was, or I was actually talking about this before or a month ago that Super Poly was so significant for Yubel and for other decks to counter against Yubel. But some people think that Super Poly isn't like the greatest card, to be honest, and Super Poly isn't like the main issue for Yubel. For me, for me, Super Poly in general is a most stupid card. Although I love the card, but it is a really stupid card that you cannot interact with that card once you use it. So I think that's very like I won't say oppressive, but it's so unfair to actually use up against most of the decks. And then you can summon Garura or a copy of Muddy Mud Dragon or the Mud Dragon card, understandably. So yeah, maybe what that may be added into the deck. Appaloosa, I'm not sure about Appaloosa though. I think that is a great um equalizer to most of the decks nowadays that uses monster effects. But we shall see. We shall see about that one. But yeah, continue on with the tier list. Branded is still gonna be tier 2. Centurions. I do think Centurions are or has uh, a really good engine to be a really good tier 3 deck. It can be paired with some other good decks that allows you to synchro summon into higher monsters. And not just and even if you pair and even if you like play Centurion as itself, it has some really good cards that can protect your back row, protect your front row, and even protect your field spell that can immediately sync up into another um hold on. Sorry about that. My kid was he was trying to get out of the room. So I was talking about Centurion. So Centurions has a good um protections for both front row, back row, and then the field spell can automatically go into higher synchro monsters, and it can be paired with other archetypes. It doesn't lock you out into an attribute, another monster type, or whatsoever. Although Emblema Oath locks you into Centurion extra deck monsters, but it doesn't really like create a problem generally as long as you remove the monster on the field. Usually, what's the Centurion from tier 3? Um, are you referring to the Master Duel tier list? Because if ever that would be the case, I think people at first was using them non-stop. But overall, in my own opinion, Centurion is a pretty good deck. I'm not gonna say it's a well-rounded deck, but it is kind of better than Sword Soul. If you get my point. So when we semi-limit Fenrir, um, I think if Konami would semi-limit Fenrir, they would remove, I think, another copy of a Kashira card. I think that would be the case because, understandably, having three birth at the moment is kind of significant. But they remove another copy of a Kashira card. I think that the last one was Unicorn that they semi-limited. So it's overall okay, I guess. Yeah, I think it balanced out Kashiras because once you add more Kashira cards to the mix, it would be like crazy good. And the engine for some other decks that needs more like impact to the field, Kashiras would be that type of deck that if you if you have checked my video with the Kashiras and Voices Voice, you would understand that having one or two Kashiras on the field is very impactful, and they would usually use up their Ash Blossom, their Imperm to that Kashtira card, and then you can freely move with your copy of Skull Guardian to the field. So I would say having more Kashiras would be crazy enough. So Fenrir to two copies would be somewhat possible, but they need to remove another card for the Kashiras for that to happen. Understandably. But yeah, Centurions are practically tier 3. They're pretty good with some other archetypes as well. If you splash another minor engine with them, so they're pretty good. That's one of the reasons that they're gonna be on tier 3. They Fire Kings are basically tier 1, no questions asked. I'm just gonna put also where's that? Oh, there we go. I'm also gonna put Snake Eyes here. They are one of the best decks nowadays. Even if you pair it with just Fire Kings, and I think Fire Kings generally is pretty good with Snake Eyes overall. No questions asked. Dinos, understandably, guys, it's not worth playing at the moment. There are some tendencies you're gonna brick with Dinos, and even if you, I had a previous variant with this where you can add Super Poly with it. It is kind of nice, but it the problem with Dinos is just it bricks from time to time. It is one of my favorite decks as well because it has a ton of like power and attack. So I really love that type of decks. But usually overall, it's kind of hard to actually even pilot this deck if ever your opponent knows how to counter it. And honestly, if you just counter the Misk in the graveyard, or once they search from the graveyard, you can the Dino player can't even make a really good board out of it. And honestly, guys, so Loanderies, it's same as Dinos, but I think Dinos is far better. Loanderies now, I think they have some limited cards, although the support from the Raid Raptor card was kind of important. But overall, it's still pretty bricky, same as Dinos, but not the best like Dinos. I do think that if ever one of the Loanderies cards might be semi-limited or up to one more copy, that would be somewhat better. That they would be placed on Rogue. But so far at the moment, I don't really see it like being the go-to deck for this meta. Oh yeah. So we have goatees. We got the new physics and the other card that can spell someone master from the banish pile. That is kind of important. I would say they are now playable. very more consistent than usual, but the problem with this is they usually takes up like 2 or 3 combos at a time, and then the board is basically just one monster, and then you interact with synchro summoning into another monster. You can just negate it with an imperm or a veiler during your opponent's turn, and imperm is quite significant as well into their level 6, and they immediately stops off their combo. Playable, but it's still pretty good for a deck. Anyways, supports the water supports are kind of good also, but if you add more water supports than usual with the goatees, I think it would be harder for you to counter up against the meta if you're going second. Gas is there. The gas has been goatees nowadays with the water supports has more gas than usual, but I don't see it like perform really well up against the meta, especially if you're dealing with Snake Eyes, Fire Kings, or even Yubel. Even if you're gonna have a deep beyond on the field and it just takes one copy of Yubel plus the Nightmare Pain in the field, you're bound to lose for that game. Chimeras got one support. I think that was the Tau. Basically, it's still practically rogue, but the additional card is pretty nice, I would say. Exo Sisters, I would say they're practically playable at this point on. Understand, yeah, last month was pretty good for, or still pretty good for Exo Sisters because they are one of the decks that actually uses, what you call this? Dimensional Fissure. I think some people are even, for some reason, I've seen some players play Macro Cosmos, which is, I don't know. But more Floodgate, I think that would be their choice. They use Shifter, which is really prominent or really effective against the meta. But even so, playing Exorcisters at the current format is like, how can I say this? But which deck that actually fell from grace after a few months? Oh yeah, Sword Soul is the best example for this. So Sword Soul before, I think it was like really good for a tier 3 deck, not months ago, huh? It was pretty good like it was way good like a year ago, and then afterwards when some of the stronger decks comes in, it like fall from tier 3 into rogue, and then after a while it was playable, and then now it's practically very well, it's still pretty good playable deck because they have the ability to use shifter to its full potential, but overall they're still practically playable in my own opinion. Dynamorphia's pretty good rogue deck in my own opinion. Format is gonna be good for Dynamorphias if you're dealing with Snake Eyes Fire Kings or either one of those decks or even major decks at the moment. But but if once you touch Masters, I think you're gonna see most of the players play out Yubel or even decks that really performs really well with just an imperm into your Rex Term or an imperm to your Kentrigina. So it is pretty bad though. Also, people are using Harpies for their Duster in higher ranks and even copies of Evenly Matched. So I don't see the point of like bringing in more stuff to the field or bringing in more stuff for Dynamorpheus that can easily be removed by those cards. And honestly, guys, I don't know if it's just me, but usually players are oftenly use those cards on higher ranks. So I'm not sure if it's just me or it's just basically on my own experience with playing in rank. But yeah, every time I play Dynamorpheus for like almost hours and hours for a time, people have those outs to my back rows, which is kind of annoying sometimes. But nevertheless, they're practically a pretty good rogue deck. Maybe higher than Chimeras, I guess. Yeah. Labyrinth's still pretty good for tier 2 decks. I think overall, Labyrinth is pretty well rounded in my own opinion. They can counter the meta. They can also use trap cards to its full potential. Yeah, and they can immediately get a copy of one of the viruses that can even stop spell and trap cards or even monsters if ever they choose to run the other virus card. Castiras are pretty good for tier 3 decks. I think the variant for Castiras nowadays are Stun, which they usually play with a copy of Macrocosmos, a copy of the Dimensional Fissure, which I don't think that would be really reliable. The Shifter is one of those more win cards for Kashiras. What else? I think having a copy of Summon Limit also grants them the ability for or summoning. Usually they summon one or two monsters in the field in a turn, so it doesn't really matter. And then yeah, basically stun variants for Kashiras are a little bit okay, or a little bit more or are far better, I would say. Ice barriers, man. I did had a ton of hope for ice barriers to be good, and they were pretty much what I expected. What I expected them to be. They're pretty good, but for the event, if you're gonna play this in rank, honestly, guys, if you're gonna just summon a copy of one of your higher ice barrier monsters on the field, and then just leave it with that, I don't think that would be a really good end board, especially with the meta nowadays that has one card starters. Ice barriers are pretty good. If ever they would unban totally awesome, that would be a little bit going to I think that ice barriers would be a little bit better if they would unban totally awesome. But so far, having to even craft the URs at this point for ice barriers, including the ones from the extra deck or the recent ones from the extra deck, I think you're just wasting more gems. So it's not really worth playing, in my own opinion. Vanadium are practically rogue. They're still pretty good though. I think the removal for Calamity was their win condition in most of their games. If Calamity was still here, I think the same goes with Centurion, but I think Centurion is still pretty good though, even though their ceiling is not that high, but they have some good matchups with some other archetypes. So they have some good matchups with some other archetypes that make them really good tier 3 decks. Manadium can be stopped with copy of Jolan Lockbird, Maxi, Nibiru, Imperm, or the right Imperm to be honest. And then we're in Centurions. They can just basically summon like 2 or 3 monsters in the field and just settle with that. And then if ever you have another variant that uses another archetype, doesn't really matter because you already have a really good board at this point on. You can summon the monster on your opponent's turn, and then it's either they would use the Nibiru on that point or not. It's really up to them. But yeah, Manadium is practically rogue. Horus Stun, I would say another good variant as well. Um, I've seen some players in rank playing Shifter with this. I do not think that it would be a pretty good deck with Shifter, but overall they're very powerful, interactive. If ever one of their cards on the field will be removed, and the stun variant is kind of weird though, but they are pretty strong at this point. You don't need also the light and darkness dragon to win. Basically, the normal trap cards or the typical trap cards that you use for a stun variant is the way to go to even win the game. Even having a copy of Summon Limit wins you the game. Infernoble is practically tier 3, and the reason for this is if they are paired if they are paired with Mekankos. Infernobles and Mekankos are the best choice for this variant. And it's not just for Infernoble. Same goes with Mekankos. The best variant for the two of them. And I would stand by it as well. Heroes, like I said earlier, heroes are practically rogue, but they are a little bit better nowadays. I think the previous or the last month where we got the selection pack, or was it the selection pack, or was it the secret pack? I think it was the selection pack. The selection pack for Heroes last month gained it more gas than usual. For some reason, I keep on losing to Heroes, even though I stopped the significant choke points for the deck. So I think they're practically getting a little bit more gas than usual. So I think, but it needs more experience than usual, so, or a really good pilot. So I think they're far better than Chimeras, I would say. Mathmex tier 2, as long as circular, like I said, like any other tier list, as long as circular is on 3 copies, they're practically tier 2. At the moment for Memento, they're not worth playing, to be honest. I do see some potential that they would be pretty good in the near future, but um I think they just need, you know what, if even if they get the new supports, they would probably good. They would be probably on Rogue if ever they'll get the new supports. Don't get me wrong, Momentos are kind of fun to play, but at the moment they're not worth playing. If ever your opponent knows how to counter them or to attack your choke points correctly, they would eventually stop on that board, or even just have like maybe a copy of SP Little Knight to the field during your turn, possibly like that. But yeah, not worth playing at the moment. Pendulum Magicians, one of the strongest variants nowadays for Pendulum Magicians is with the Zark supports, and that made it a little bit more consistent for Pendulum Magicians to work. They're practically pretty good for tier 3. What else? Raid Raptors. Oh yeah, Raid Raptors. So how can I say this? So one comment before I said that Raid Raptors was on tier 3 or lower tier 3, I guess. Maybe I was really coping because I tried the decks for a couple of ranks. And so far, I do think that this deck needs a bit more experience. But even so, there are some tendencies where you'll break into the rank up cards. And if ever your opponent knows that you have a bricky hand, or just one starter or two starters for that matter, you'll eventually lose the game. And we're in a format where one card is really important. This is still pretty good though for a deck to compete up against the meta, and this is one of the decks that can actually summon a Kali Yuga to the field, which is another floodgate at its own right. I would say bringing it into a rogue category is somewhat, I don't say it's safe, but I do think that I feel the need to put this on higher rogue, but not on tier 3. I think I was just scoping so much that this deck would be so good because they have a higher attack or whatsoever, but practically they're just basically rogue. But yeah, this needs more experience. This needs a little bit more. The supports are pretty good though. The supports that came from the Wings of the Guardian was good, but not to an extent that they would be on tier 3 or whatsoever. I think you can do a little bit more with just the Infernoble and Mekanko than this. Rescue Ace, pretty good for a tier 2 deck. The impulse it took wasn't really that significant. They're still pretty strong up against the meta. And they have like pretty much counters to most of the decks nowadays that uses hand traps, like a copy of Veiler, a copy of Nibiru, and a copy of Maxi. They don't really like summon too much, and they have really good protection for their back rows. Or from their back rows, I would say. Resonators, Rogue decks, the support. What support? Oh yeah, the King Lotus thingy. I think that's still pretty good though for a card, but you don't really want to run more trap cards than usual. Um, yeah, I think they're far better than Chimeras, I would say. A little ceiling is high, but they can eventually be stopped by a copy of Nibiru. And yeah, gut board wipe easily can be countered. Purelease, I would say tier 3. Tier 3 because they still have the variant for Ghost Trick is still very powerful, and I think the ability to search out the trap cards is still very um easy enough to access for this type of deck. So they're pretty good for tier 3 decks. Naturias are not worth playing unless you pair it with another deck. Rikas at the moment, as what I've experienced so far, is they're kind of clunky with a ton of cards that they need to have for a support. But once we get the new supports for the Ragnaraikas by next month, this is gonna be like a really good tier 3 deck in my own opinion. At the moment, I think grind game is still pretty good with this deck. Ceiling is way too high. Combos are way too long, but they're pretty good. Um, Punk's pretty much playable. Grind game is good. Draw power is good. But end board is not that great. Same goes with Super Heavy. I think the reason why I put this unplayable is because we got Wagon back to 3 copies, but the Soul Piercer was too significant enough was of a hit that I just put this unplayable. Also, you are going to be prone to Maxi, Nibiru, and then the typical. Yeah, Maxi and Nibiru. I think Nibiru is the most common problem for this deck. But unless if you pair it with another variant, though, that would be somewhat different. But overall, playable, in my own opinion. Sky Strikers, pretty good for rogue decks. I think they are far better than usual. I think I'm gonna put them here. Yes. Grand Game will be pretty good with Sky Strikers. There are the variants for going second for this deck, but it's like a 50-50 chance that you'll get those cards during your second turn. But usually it doesn't really happen that much. So like 50-50 chance that you'll get those cards and then board wipe your opponent. But yeah, they're still pretty good though. No new supports as what I've known. But yeah, pretty good for rogue decks. Sword Soul. Honestly, guys, I think Sword Soul is. I don't want to put this as not worth playing, but they are pretty much playable. The reason for this is they are one of the decks that can have Protoss on the field that can stop dark decks. But problem with this, or I think they're not worth playing. Yeah, let's be honest. Because if you're just gonna depend too much on Protoss, you still have Fire Kings and Snake Eyes as one of the top decks, and honestly, they cannot be countered by just Protoss. And also, they can just remove it with a copy of what you call that, the Subversion card. So I'm just gonna put this as not worth playing. Salaman Great, practically rogue. Maybe here though. Grand Game is okay with this deck, and Recursion is great with this deck. Recovery is also great. This is one of the decks that I really want to play if I'm not playing Math Mac. The reason for this is because resources you always have the one resources after you get wiped can eventually make you a similar board in the next turn. So the recovery is still pretty good with Salamang Grace though, but not to an extent that they can be really good in going first or in some cases. But yeah, Salamang Grace are pretty much rogue. Runics, not worth playing unless you pair it with another variant. Sharks, they are playable nowadays because of the supports that they got from the Wings of the Guardian. But similar to Goatees, it's far better, or they're practically good if you're gonna use it on an event or something. But yeah, Sharks are pretty good. I think it needs a little bit more experimentation, in my own opinion. But so far, they're practically playable nowadays. If ever Totally Awesome would be back in the game, yeah, I think this would be a pretty good rogue deck. Scareclaws, not worth playing. Honestly, guys, depending on on your monsters in the field that can easily be negated, is hard. But yeah, not worth playing. Sprites are practically rogue. I do think that if we get another sprites unbanned or up to another copy, like a copy of Jet or a copy of Blue, this might be a really good tier 3 deck if ever that would be the case, or if ever some of the supports for sprites would be increased to a significant number or an understandable number. Maybe they'll be back to tier 3. Tier elements, tier 3, to be honest. I think they're far better than the usual cards. Maybe ahead of Horus. Even if you're using it with Horus tier elements or just tier elements in general, they're still basically pretty good. But yeah, the fan base for those type of variants are 50-50. Yubel is basically tier 1, no questions asked. I think there's some tendencies where this deck breaks from time to time because of the amount of. I think some people even use the third Yubel monster that pops cards on the field, was it? But yeah, usually those cards eventually are bricks. But they are very powerful. in my own opinion. Unchained, I think the variant for if you're gonna play Yubel with Unchained, they are tier 1. But if you play Unchained with a small engine for Yubel, I think they're practically rogue. Where was the chain? There we go. But they're still pretty good though, popping cards on the field. But if you're gonna mirror match or like go up against Yubel, I think you're gonna have a hard time. So I'm gonna put this one here though. Yeah. Well, Monica's not worth playing. Before I had fun with this deck, and honestly, this is one of the fun decks that I actually played with as a pendulum. Ceiling's not that high. There are some other good variants where you play it with Synchron, which is also fun. But let's be honest, play always depending on your pendulum cards to have like counters, to have some counters isn't the way to go. And if ever that pendulum card got removed with your counters, there's no way to like summon another monster to the field that can gain you a win condition. And overall, I think the main issue or one of the issues for Monicas is if ever you get wiped, there are gonna this it's gonna have you're gonna have a slim chance of recovering on the next turn. Because at this point on, you can only access one of your pendulum monsters from your deck. That usually happens to me, or usually happens to your opponent, though. So, and majority of your spell cards are in the graveyard, or they can't be searched out from the graveyard, or they can't be recurred back from the graveyard. So that's one of the issues there for Monicas. So not worth playing. Now we have the new voiceless voice, practically tier 3. It's not if I do think that this is pretty good for a deck. But if this got released earlier than Bell, I think this would be on tier 2. But if you're gonna put this on now with the Bell, I think they're still pretty good for the tier 3 though. As long as you know what to counter up against Bell, you will have a good win condition. The thing about this deck is there's some room for hand traps or non-engine to be placed in this deck, which is pretty good. Veiler's Imperms doesn't really like counter this deck, and even if your opponent has an Nibiru, it can easily be countered because you have an Omni Negate during the turn. And yeah, protected for targeted effects. It's still it's still pretty good for this deck. Vanquish Soul, pretty good tier 3 deck. I think you just need a good pilot for this deck, and this is one of the decks that can actually use Shifter to its full advantage, so tier 3. Trap Tricks, practically rogue, or maybe playable. I'm just gonna put this on playable. There are some you don't. I think Trap Tricks are pretty much slow pace at this point on. Maybe when we get Ragnarok, this would change, but at the moment, having to like slowly get your cards out isn't really like the best of choice. And it's already a slow pace. You don't really like depend too much of your trap cards, and yeah, you have a good board though, but yeah, I think interaction is gonna be. I don't see the point of like summoning a couple of monsters on the field. Yeah, I don't see it. I don't really see it though. You can easily get wiped by one copy of Super Poly or a Nibiru, or even a copy of Harpy's Feather Duster destroying your back row. But yeah, you got your Trap Tricks monster that can protect your back row, but doesn't really come out from time to time. So I'm gonna put that one on playable, maybe even not worth playing. But yeah, try Brigade, not worth playing. I think if you pair it with Fire Kings, it would be a really good rogue deck. But so far, if you're gonna play it as a whole, it's not worth playing. But anywho, that is our tier list for today, guys. I mean, they're okay though. I think that's really understandable if you're gonna put Horus Stun on tier 3. They're still very good though. And if ever you can't use your level 8s, or you don't want to use your level 8s, you can always go into a rank monster. So that's that. But anyways, that is the tier list. What do you think, guys? Please tell me in the comment section below. I'll see you guys in the next video, and we'll still continue on with the stream. See you later. Okay, so now that is done, we can continue on with the stream, and I just want to copy this so that I have content for later. Alrighty. Sorry about that, guys. I think majority of you are annoyed with this type of variant, but with this content. But so far, I have fun. We'll do a prediction badness by hopefully by tomorrow, though. Let's go back to. Hold on. We'll go back to Master Duel after this. I'm just gonna have a quick break for a bit, just to drink some water and. Or sorry, just to drink some water and possibly do something else. But yeah, I'll see you guys in a little bit. Stay tuned. Okay, see you a bit. Sorry guys for the late. That was such a doozy. Yeah, my kid just accidentally spilled some tea all over the desk, so daddy to the rescue. So we did our tier list today. We did try the new deck or the upcoming deck for September, so hopefully we'll do a showcase later on. Now we shall, just grind off the remaining time for Master Duel. So that'll be alright, I guess. Yeah, I guess. So what should we be playing? Did I have already the voiceless voice here? I think I already have the voiceless voice. Wait, I removed my voiceless voice. I think I should be playing tier elements at this point. Yeah, I think voiceless voice would be a good choice. Play with the guy. Voiceless. I have an interesting Ogduatic. So these are USR. One would be UR. We can use this later. Or we can use this. We already got one copy of this. We only need one copy of this. Okay. Okay. So far, so good. Voiceless. Okay. Three of that. One this. Three of that. I think that's it, right? 3 barriers. Get a copy of that. Diviner. And then Trias. Hierarchia. What else? I think free prep. Nib would be a good choice. And a couple of Veilers. Possibly, yeah. I think that's understandable for a build, I guess. Yes, sirree. I think that's an understandable build. I got. Alright. Wait, voiceless voice is in tier 3 already in Master Duel Meta? Wow, that's nice. And they are even using the Saphira here. Whoa. Well, understandably, Saphira is pretty good, to be honest. Like, draw 2, dump 1. Hey, that's pretty good. Oh, we forgot the Saruvis, the ritual monster. Sorry. Saravis. No. That one there. We don't need to run 2 copies. 1 copy of that. We don't need prosperity though. We can also remove a copy of cross out here and just settle with the cards that we have. I want to run the Saphira because I want to draw 2 cards, and of course, if ever your light ritual monsters go for attack, your opponent discards 1 card. So I think that would be honestly a good choice. Then we have the Entes and Herald. Entes. And there we go. Maybe 1 copy of that. Chaos Angel. And then we have, we can run a copy of this. Anima will be a good choice. Typhon will be a good choice. What else? We have them some level 7s though. I do think XZ7s would be a good choice. Wait, look. We'll get first the significant ones. Anima. And then we'll go for we already have Link Rainbow into a copy of IP Masquerena. A Little Knight. Dynamundo is a good choice. Or the standard choice, I would say. People are running 2 copies of Little Knight? Really? You don't have a spellcaster here, my guy. Why are you running this? They're all fairies. We have dragon. We have one effect Veiler. Oh, pure Garna. It's a weird build. What else should I put here? I mean, I forgot about my old build. Chaos Angle. It's a level 4, right? Link 4 monster. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, Access Code is a good choice. I mean, forgot about Access Code in my previous build, but yeah, that would be a good choice. Or we can go for this. Probably Garura would be a good choice. I've seen some builds, they're running super poly with it. Wow. Okay. Maybe a Garura would be a good choice to dump. If ever you'll brick. Yeah, Masquerena, sure. And then 3 more cards. The best thing about Voiceless Voice is you have plenty of room for your extra deck. It's not really like congested or anything. So it's pretty nice. It's nice. Did I miss anything? No, that's basically it. What did I forget for my extra deck before? Is Zelantes a good choice? Not sure. Yes, pure Garno, a good choice. Maybe I'll run a second copy of this. I'll just go for Elf. Can revive back if ever this gets destroyed. And we have some good level 2s as well. Did I have 2 copies of... Yeah, I had 2 copies of Dynamundo. What other good cards I could put here? Saline, there's no point. We don't have any Spellcaster monsters. Nightmare would be a good choice. There's some other fire monsters that I have, basically. Maybe this would be a choice. Sorry, baby. Alright. What else should we put in this deck? Maybe I'll just put a second copy of Herald. If ever I need something else, I just remove this later. But that is our Voiceless Voice. And we need to do some deck backs, whatever. And some cool. I'm gonna try this. Field is nice. Where was it? Where was it? Where was it? Then let's try it. Hyper, hello. You always know what to say in the chat. There you go. I think we're gonna go back here though. Yeah. That's it. Second never get out. Don't wanna be in love. Don't be afraid to get down. Saying I don't wanna be in love. I don't wanna be in love. Right. Let's grind this game. With Voiceless Voice. Okay. Ready. Twing, 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 twing. Loopy de loopy life. Alright. At least we have one Veiler and one Maxi though. Dee 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 dee. No, I'm good. Let's see. Okay. Draw 3. Monarchs? Sure. Road to Master Rank. Really hope so, though. Okay. So this can be tributed. Oh, 2 Whalers is nice. Ching. Ooh. Oh, 2,400. And that's a stupid card. Oh. Really? Yeah, sure. Fudge. Can also do that. Cannot neither activate effects. Yeah. Sure. Forgot. I thought it cannot spell summon, but it also can't use the effects. Crap. What can I do here? Oh yeah, it doesn't state if it's on hand or what. Oh crap. And it's 2/4 attack. Really annoying. This is annoying. Up to the number of ritual monsters that you have. Monster effects. Oh, come on. Can't use the effect. Stun variant. Stun is the variant. Ah, damn. Don't have like an out to this. I'm thinking of an out. I don't have an out. Ignoring variants. Yeah. It's really annoying sometimes that you can't out that type of deck. I really hope that Master Duel in the near future will have like a best of 3 format. This would be pretty nice if we have a best of 3. I think that would be nice for the game. They have a best of 1 format and then a best of 3 format so that people can choose. A couple of things I really want Master Duel to like implement. Also, legacy packs needs to be dismantled because they're quite a lot. They're quite annoying to see that you'll have like 10 copies of Blue Eyes White Dragon that you don't really need 10 copies or more. Oh, Vanquish Soul. Okay. Pretty crazy work. Okay, reveal. So I guess you have another fire monster in hand, I guess. Be back by search another card. Search a card. You have another fire. Because you didn't use the effect of this card here. Xiaolong. Okay, so you got Bullburger. You have a dark. Do you have a dark? That is my question. So you have already Ryzen and a copy of Caesar Valius. Oh, you have a dark. Alright. Come on, reach the 5 summons. That's what I need. Fire. What's your other fire? Ash Blossom? You have 2 Ryzens on hand. So 2 Ryzens, 1 Shifter, and a copy of Caesar Violet. So 1 more card. I don't know what 1 card you have. You also have that, okay? Pretty nice. Pretty nice. Okay. Wow. Right. That's 4. One more. Come on, you need to have the Link monster. 1 more. Just 1 more. Just a bit more. There we go. Good quick effect. It's not, I guess it's a quick effect. During the main phase, you can activate the sure. Better use that effect, boy. So you have that, but 1 more card that I don't know from your hand. What's the effect of that spell card again? Target of magic soul monster in control, change the battle position, and flip face down. Alright. Oh, there we go. So it was a bell. Protected. Okay. And affected by card effects. Really annoying. But yes. Right. Now this is what I mean by a proper Vanquish Soul player. They'll think he'll link off into another card, I guess. There we go. So you have Ghost Spell. My problem here is Ghost. No, I don't think it's Ghost Spell though. Hold on. Effect of Ghost Spell states when a card or effect is activated, it includes any of these cards. Add a card, spell summon a card. Doesn't really do much. Okay. Alright. Come on, put the radio on. Summon night. Oh, because it gets one from the graveyard. Alright. Well, it doesn't really matter for me though, because I can just do this. There we go. And then chain. And then chain. I should have like protected this though. I didn't think that's okay, I guess. Da 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 da. Okay. For the spell card negation, and we can get the barrier. Okay, so negate that. And you don't have any other supports there, my guy. So it's either what you gonna do with that dessert. Okay. Search out the card, get this, and then we combo it off. There we go. Send Trials to the graveyard. Pretty cool, and we won. But understandably, he was a good player because he just used the effect to protect, gaining access to a copy of Caesar Vilas, even though that eventually he knows that he has a 1 Earth monster in hand. So it's still being protected. That was pretty nice. Ooh, hello. Upstart. Hello, Upstart. Sky Striker. Hey. Alright. Cool. Alright. What? Breathe. Okay, just 3. Alrighty. Three. And you go for what you gonna do? What you gonna do? Be Will Knight. Wow, right? That's right. Sure. Go for it. That's nice. It's nice. Gotta remove that. I'm gonna just Ash Blossom and then banish this though, but it's not really a Sky Striker in the field, so it's not half bad. And then I would like to wait. Is the Trials quick effect? Oh. You go for barrier. He's gonna banish the card, but it's still gonna be protected though. My issues here if he has Ash, it will get ashed. I think the best choice for me here is just going to this. There we go. Getting a copy of barrier. Search out one card. That way my monster will be protected. So it's either he'll choose to use this though. I think he won't use it. If he won't. I think he won't use it. I'm pretty sure he won't use it. Rightio. What did I get? If ever that... Okay, he should really get that. Yeah. Banish that card. Get that with that. So I have two... Let's see. 1, 4, 7. Hey, we got 7. Hey, there we go. Pretty nice. Nice. Very nice. Yeah, I think that would work. Yeah, we have 7. I would sacrifice these cards for that. And there we go. Dumping that to the graveyard and then gaining access to this bad boy right here. And then we go for this. And then sacrifice 4 monsters on the field out of my hand. There we go. Sorry, hand traps, but you are fodders. There we go. And then, since this was tributed, I can summon another copy of Low to the field, and we still have a board. There we go. Hey. Hey. Right. So, we have Called by the Grave in the graveyard. We have this on hand. I would think this would be a good choice of putting that on the field. Summon that. I would spin this back and a copy of that. And there we go. I guess. Hold on. Maybe I can win this here. 4, 1, 2, 6. We have another guard here. Let's see here. Let's see. I still have Low back to the field though, so doesn't really matter what is summoned to the field at this point. So I was thinking, I mean, hey. Alright, that's 2 games down. Kissing. You want your milk? What are you doing? Baby. Up. Oh, okay. I would inform them. It's annoying that some advertisements in YouTube takes up more time than usual. Hello. All right. Oh. Okay. Summon that to the field. Now, that's crazy though. That is a good variant. RDA plus Centurions. Did I cover that before? I think I covered that before. Yes, I think I did. Was it Centurions though? It was Centurions, yeah. Dumping that, Vision Summon to the field. You have normal summon though, guy. So this goes into like a level 7? Level 9. You're going for a level 9. gonna get a copy of Vision, another copy of Vision to hand, I guess. Yes. Wow. That is a crazy card. Banish that. You haven't used your Gaia yet. Use the effect. I think you're gonna get for Crimson. So summon the Vision to the field. Going for a level 7 or a baby. Wow, that is, yeah, I think that's the choice for it, I guess. Then go for a level 12. Yeah. Yes. But you already used the Vision. Yeah, I think you got a Vision. Oh, it's real summon ready, okay. You get a field spell. Yeah, I think that's one of the best variants for Centurion. Yeah. Okay, wait. We'll get your milk. Get your milk? Okay. Hold on, guys. I need to sacrifice this game. I need to give her some milk. Be right back. Okay, Daddy's here. Daddy's here. sound. I can lift you up. I can show you what you wanna see and take you where you wanna be. Can be my luck. Even if the sky is falling, and I know I will reach the sun. Deep and sound. You know the rhythm all about you. This word can never appreciate. Can be my luck. Yeah, I think that's right. Safe and sound. Safe and sound. And one card to hand. Alright, this guy started out with 7 cards on hand. Let's see what we can do with this. Oh, for goodness sake. Negate that. Wow! You guys. Oh. Right, sure. Whatever. That's just crazy, man. That's just crazy. So that's 5 cards on hand. What you gonna do? Alright. Yeah, this is the 3 cards, so possibly something important on hand. Alright. Voiceless voice. Here we go. Don't tell me that's your starter you're searching, my guy. Oh, barrier. Oh. I can't target that though. And if the sky is falling down, another safe and sound. You do know that you need low for that one, right? You have low and a copy of. Wow, you also have this card, huh? Okay. Alright. Let us see, let us see. Triple tactics talent. Okay, take control. Sure, sure. But you can't flip that face up, my guy, because. Sure. safe and sound. Okey-doke, okey-doke. Wait, you can? Well, that's weird. Huh. I think I'm gonna negate that in case he summons the low to the field. Okay. And he'll sacrifice it with my... There we go. That's a good boy. And chain that one. If you have Ash, you're the best player in the world. Okay. Sacrifice! Alright. There we go. Skull Garjon. There we go. Right, gonna activate the effect. Very cool, very cool. I can negate that as well. Alright. So, what now? And then, I'm gonna go for one card though. Okay. Pretty cool. 2 negated effects. Can I tribute my one card on my hand? Or just on the field? Popping 2 cards on the field would be right? Is it this targeted effect, right? Target cards, right. That's so good. Better have some good choices there, my guy. I'm gonna summon the buttload of cards. You still have that card that can negate summon a card on the field though. This one here. I can lift you up. Pop cards. There we go. There we go. You know what, I'm gonna use this. Shuffle back 1. And then a monster will be summoned back to the field. You can negate. It's crazy if you can negate. I would... Oh, I feel spell. I should do it for something that was a little more deck. Can they actually use summon to the field though? Yeah, sure. Just to read it again. Wait, yeah. No, not there! Oh! Shoot. Okay, that was a wrong choice of mine. I don't think we have protection though, at least. At least. And they can draw 2 cards, if ever. Or draw 1 card, if ever. You don't have protection, my guy, so what can I do? Does this affect if they have if I have a low on the field? Well, you have a low on the field, right? Interaction. What should I do? What should I do? Already gone with that one though. Can't negate that, my guy. I'm sorry. Best choice, yeah. Every spell summon to the field, and just negate it. And summon another low to the field. That's cool. Alright. Mirror matches are usually like this. Herald gets another card. What do you usually get here? Okay, not the Trias. I'm gonna go for that. Right. What are you trying to summon here? Oh, you're gonna summon that monster, huh? Let's see, what's the effect of that monster there? Each time your opponent summons a monster from your extra deck, inflict credit events once per turn. When your opponent's present activates a spell card, you can place this card in battle zone. Negate that. Okay. Yeah, sure, go for it. Oh, you forgot about the imperm. I didn't see that though. I mean, I think he didn't see it because I think it's the bubbles with the field that he has. Well, that's unlucky. Well, alright. I think the guy forgot about that. Alright, I think the guy just forgot about that. Now that's funny. That's really funny. You're level 6 tuner, level 7. Oh yeah, go for that. Yeah, that's good. Gonna negate that though. Yep. Then what you gonna do? What you gonna do? It's either you summon a copy of Dynamundo here. Yeah, thought so. There we go. My guy. My guy. End of the turn, you get 1 card. That's pretty cool, I guess. I can lift you up. How many defense? I got a 1 good defense, right. I can show you what you wanna see and take you where you wanna be. There you go. Ritual spell from your deck to your hand. You have 1 prayer. You can special summon the monster back, which is pretty cool. What you're doing with that one, BB? What you're doing with that? Yes, sir. Okay. 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 Gonna get that. Protection. Whatever. Cool. Is the effect. Get the trap card. Do you have a... Oh, you already got the trap card there. Okay. Ritual 7 once more. What you got for the ritual summon? Oh, you get the ritual card. Okay. Not half bad, I would say. It can be my luck, even if this guy... Although I didn't do that. I think that's alright, I guess. That's a minor misplay on my part, but sure, why not? I mean... I want to trigger the negate. Okay. Oh, there we go. Okay. Cool, cool, cool. I already normal summoned though because I was stupid. I would get this. Even if this guy... Oh, you're not gonna use that, okay. There we go. No, that's good. That's good. I really thought that this was a level 1 though. 1 card in hand. I gotta go for this. Back to my hand. And then spin back. Copy of barrier. Sure, yeah, go for it. Yeah, that's good. There we go. Interaction's great. Either you use that effect though to negate or what. You're gonna chain another one. Either you negate that or can just use the one in the graveyard, either way. There you go, my guy. What should I... Yeah, I'm gonna go for that. There you go. That's it. Pretty cool, pretty cool. And then you interact. That's nice. That's cool. Oh, you're gonna negate. That's lovely. Pretty nice. And summon this to the field. Nice, nice. Alright, that's cool. I'll put this on hand, I guess. Yeah, that would be a good choice, yeah. And then I can use this. Summon that. I think this was the only misplay on my part, though, the diviner thingy. Alright, there you go. Draw 2, discard 1. That's a good choice. Ooh, there we go. Discard 1. Then go for that. Then this one is a good choice. Removing your capability, and we have game. There we go. That's nice too. Okie dokie, Ali Pokey. Yes! Yeah! Yes! I can lift you up. I can show you what you wanna see. Oh dear God, okay. Alright, let's see. Magia sleeves. This guy is good. Okay, this guy is good. He has a Magia sleeves. Amazing. Right. I can. Oh dear God. Alright, that's. Alright. So I think that's basically the end of the game, but I want to see. Maybe we have triple tactic silent here or whatnot. If he has Lotus already on hand, then I am done for. On the field, yeah. Unchain is my issue here. Unchain, no, minor issue, I would say. Not half bad, I guess. You got a copy of that. Possibly pop that. Discard 1. Get a copy of Dark Beckoning. Target that. Link off. Okay, so he doesn't have the Lotus on hand, so I think we're good. Right. It's just the Lotus that I'm worried about. There we go. You're gonna banish. You're gonna use this for that. Okay. Couldn't you just discard 1 card? Right? Going on Chainsaw. Getting of that card. Do you have any? Do you have any other cards? You have 1 gate on hand, and 2 cards are out. A mystery. Oh yeah, that's okay. Well, there we go. We got a good starter though. Pre-prep. Let's bait out an Ash. Ouch, BB. I can lift you up. Baba. It's all level 7. Yes. Okay. There we go. Sure. I'll pop the card. Very good. Yes. Ouch. Maybe that's painful. Summon that. Summon this. I can lift you up. I can show you what you wanna see and take you where you wanna be. It can be my luck. Even if the sky is falling, and I know it will be safe and sound. Shape and sound. It can be a clock. You know the rhythm all about you. This world can never appreciate. I can do this though. Do that. Do that. Do that for that though. I should have gone with the ritual monster. Should I go for something else? Can I use this? No, I can't. I would like this to be removed, but yeah, it's okay. That's alright, I guess. Boom. 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 And 50. Go! Rightio. There we go. So, my problem here is... should I get the trap card, pop, use the effect? Yeah, I think that would be a good choice, yeah. Maybe he has Called by the Grave. I have some worries with this. You know what? I would. Can this get me a card from the graveyard? No. Yeah, I think I need one card from the graveyard for this. It can be my luck. I'm gonna regret this, but hey, should see. Spin back. Turn to the deck. Clearing one card on the board. Actually, why not go for it? Not a good choice here. God, fucking damn it. Sure. Yeah, I shouldn't have like sacrificed it. Yeah. Not a good starter for me, my guy. That sacrifice, yeah, I think that hopefully that I did just regret it. Yeah. Oh, crap. Okay. Another spirit cage. Get another copy of one card, yeah, sure. Do you have another fiend monster in the summon though? Harpy's Feather Duster. This is very bad. Yeah, I think I did misplayed on that one. Was trying to get... Yeah, I was trying to get the trap card on the field. But yeah, I think a minor misplay on my part would suffice. One card is going to pop, it's going to summon another one, it's going to summon this one to the field. Spill on night. Right. Cool. And the turn. Wow. Oh damn. It's hard. Get 5 here. This is not good. Not good at all. Dumping that to the grave. 31 card. Not good. Sorry. Oh damn. Yes. Yeah, damn. Please be something good. Please be something good. Oh, that's good. Okay. Okay. Interaction, sure. That's good. Cool. There we go. This is from the deck. Yeah, deck or hand. Shit. Alright, never mind. Wait, what? Baby. Uy. There we go. Right. Well, anyways, I think that's basically it for today, guys. I mean, I had a ton of fun doing the Ogdo Attic deck plus the new Ragnaraikas. We'll be showcasing that one later. Also, we'll be posting the tier list, in a bit. And overall, thank you guys for watching. I think that's basically the end for the stream. I need to go do some daddy duties. I'll see you guys on the next stream. Stream schedule is always gonna be posted in this channel, so check that one out. See you guys on the next stream. Babush.